family of 5 is forced out of this home after a fire broke out earlier this morning in Wilkes-Barre. I'm Newswatch 16's Lara Greenberg, and I'll have all the details coming up in a live report. The front portion of the building was still standing, and it was all taken down in one swoop. This is where the crash happened earlier this morning, as you mentioned, around 9:30. But it actually started over here across the street. This is one of the bullet holes that you can see on the street here. Just some of the damage. This house went up in flames just yesterday, and fire officials are calling it suspicious. But if you walk right next door, you'll see another big pile of rubble from a house that burned down just a few weeks ago. Teachers say that getting quite literally a hands-on experience helps the kids understand why it's important to save the wildlife. Good morning, I'm Lara Greenberg. Topping the news this morning, reaction to killers in court. This is Sean Hamilton at the Luzerne County Courthouse in Wilkes-Barre. PennDOT secretary says worst case scenario, gas prices would only go up about $2 a week. Now, besides the rain, the city is also worried about all these leaves that are on the ground. We tried to talk to city leaders. Last week, they told Newswatch 16 that the crime rate was down in the city. Today, we tried to break down those statistics and spoke to the leaders who are now revising those statements. Neighbors look on along South Wells Street in Wilkes-Barre after deadly shots are fired again, the 7th time this year. This shooting's victim, 24-year-old David George. Police say he was shot and killed on his mother's front porch. According to a search warrant, he had called her just a few minutes earlier to tell her he was on his way home. At this time, still no arrests or suspects. That's not enough for David George's sister.
Whoever shot my little brother in the back of his head is still just somewhere right now, probably thinking about it, talking about it, thinking they got away with it, but they didn't.
Police say the victim's brother was so upset he attempted to attack a photographer for the Citizen's Voice newspaper. The brother was taken away by police. The George family is not the only one mourning a loss from a homicide in Wilkes-Barre. This map shows where each of the homicides happened in Wilkes-Barre so far this year. Mayor Tom Layton says the violent crime sticks to certain pockets in the city.
Probably 85% of our city neighborhoods are safe. The other 20%, however, create a very bad environment, and we're aware of that.
Today, Mayor Layton revised his statement from last week when he told Newswatch 16 that crime was down in the city.
But the statistics show crime overall is down and violent crime is up. And we have acknowledged that crime is up, the violent crime is up.
The Pennsylvania State Police website shows that from 2012 to 2013, rapes, robberies, burglaries, and homicides are on the rise in Wilkes-Barre. And overall crime has increased bit by bit since 2010.
I don't hang my hat on statistics. They change rapidly. And if you have a good year, I guarantee you, you're going to have a not so good year sometime in the near future.
And Chief DeSoy says he's recently deployed more officers in the city. He also says the anti-crime unit has increased from 2 to 6 officers. Anyone with information on last night's shooting is asked to call the Wilkes-Barre Police Department, and we just got word that there will be a vigil at 8 o'clock tonight at that house on South Wells Street here in Wilkes-Barre. Lara Greenberg, Newswatch 16, reporting live tonight in Wilkes-Barre.
Newswatch 16's Lara Greenberg live in Swoyersville this evening. Lara?
Well, Marisa, police say not only did Lemire Brown not finish the work on this home, but check out this roof with the blue tarp going across it. It's in even worse condition than when he started. He signed a contract to repair the roof, according to police, but now 6 months have passed and part of the roof has caved in. Imagine having a hole the length of a car in the ceiling above your bed. That's exactly what happened to Ann Howout of Swoyersville. In November, she gave $4,000 to this man, Lemire Brown of Albrightsville in Carbon County. He was supposed to fix a leak in her roof.
He tore the roof off and stuff and repaired a little piece by the chimney, tarped it, and then left it.
But Ann, who didn't want to show her face on camera, says the tarp did nothing to protect her roof, which had been damaged during Hurricane Sandy. Ann says the hole formed in her bedroom back in February. Since then, she hasn't even been able to sleep here because it won't stop leaking.
Depending on how hard the rain is, you can't sleep because you hear the drips.
Buckets now line the floor of Ann's room, collecting dirty roof water. She thinks the roof has mold. Swoyersville police say they told Brown to fix the roof by June 8th, but he never did it. So police put out a warrant for his arrest. According to the warrant, Brown told police he shouldn't have taken the job and that he was too busy with other jobs lined up. When troopers went to his address in Albrightsville this week, they found the place in foreclosure.
Maybe he's getting out of bankruptcy or filed for bankruptcy. You know, he's using this job possibly to get on his feet.
Brown told officers he would not turn himself in. Now police are trying to locate him. Meanwhile, Ann's roof just keeps dripping.
But it kind of makes me feel like my house is kind of scummy, like I'm not trying to take care of it.
Now, after part of the roof caved in, Ann got another estimate on how much it would cost to fix. That estimate was $9,000, and she said the hole's gotten even bigger since then, so it would likely cost even more than that. Lara Greenberg, Newswatch 16, reporting live tonight in Swoyersville.
A contractor turned himself in a day after Newswatch 16 did a story about a woman who claimed he took her money and never did work on her home. Lamire Brown of Albrightsville is charged with home improvement fraud.
Before a diamond can sparkle, it must be cut with care, even a baseball diamond.
There hasn't been baseball at Kennedy Park for almost 35 years.
He often wondered, you know, what was going to happen with it.
As towns grow up and grow older, people move out, and we lost a lot of kids.
Since the 80s, kids from Wilkes-Barre Township have played ball at Wilkes-Barre City Fields.
And there was a concern for some of the parents. So what we did is we got together and we said we have this beautiful park that we can do, and we can bring our kids right into our own backyard.
Home Depot donated supplies and more than 50 employees to help turn the park back into a field.
The community does a great job in supporting us, so we welcome the opportunity to come out here and help them with their project.
And for some of the volunteers here, sweeping up the dirt brings back memories of what this field once was.
Playing baseball in your hometown is a special feeling because you have the hometown people rooting you on.
We're losing it to the digital age. We have a lot of people whose thumbs probably are stronger than their grip. But we're trying to bring that back. We're trying to bring activity back to the kids.
And replace the sound of these pounding hammers with the crack of a bat. Lara Greenberg, Newswatch 16, Luzerne County.